do this.
Hey guys.
Hello.
Every time.
Every time. I'm always like the second time. I have a mental delay.
Yeah, you do. We're caught up now.
Yeah, now we're on the same page.
Welcome to Thursday's prospecting training.
Yes, with Frankie Shayne and
Katie Lane.
That's right.
Yeah.
We are here, and tonight is going to be a little bit different, but it's going to be fun.
That's right.
Because we actually we're answering your burning questions. So we have a lot of these lives we do, as you guys know, we do these all the time. We get through a lot of good training. Yeah, 3 times a week, prospecting at least once a week.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but we do a lot of different training on a lot of different subjects. And obviously we have people ask questions. Sometimes people will ask us during the live. A lot of times people will watch these later on because they're at work or they're in the middle of something. They watch the lives, then they'll send us questions either through the feed or a lot of times through direct message.
Right.
They'll direct message our main website. And so we have gathered a lot of the most frequently asked questions that people ask to kind of share with you guys a little bit tonight. So we're going to get into a Q&A essentially.
Yes.
So these are questions again that have come from different viewers, different Facebook users, that have watched these lives and said, hey, I've got a question. What about this? Or, whatever. Some of them are more technical in nature. Some are more like just kind of surface-ish, just kind of like, hey, what do you do for this or that? Or, those types of things. So we are going to get started, and I think Kate's going to start with the first one.
Yes, it's the most difficult question, I think, actually. So
wow.
Let me pull this up just so I can make sure that I word it correctly.
Okay, here we go. What is it? Lay it on me.
Who are you?
Who am I? Okay. Who am I? Fair enough. Okay, yeah, if you're watching this and you're on DiamondsR4Life, or if you're on any of our sister pages, you may look at this, and if it's your first time on here, or maybe if it's not your first time on here, you may come in after we've done the introductions and think, who is this guy? Who is this girl? Why
are you on my screen?
Why are you on my screen? Why are you in my feed? And what qualifies you to be there?
Right.
Okay. So my name is Frankie Shayne Pierman, my full name. This is Kate Elaine Sutton. And we are both members of Professional Networkers and DiamondsR4Life. Okay. Professional Networkers is a group that's been around for, well, I guess its entirety has been around over 30 some years. It was originally started by Mike Akins, who is one of the top distributors in 4Life research. He's been in the industry for, goodness, 50.
Long time.
Almost 60 years.
Yeah,
around 60 years he's been in the industry. He's been in multiple network marketing companies, home-based businesses throughout the years, been very successful. And he started a company called Professional Networkers. And Professional Networkers, he basically started that out of a need for support, because he saw that the one common factor that people had when they were unsuccessful in network marketing was that they didn't have the tools, they didn't have the systems, they didn't have the training, they didn't have the support that they needed to be successful. Many, many times you talk to a prospector or to a distributor that is just good with words, personable, gets you, you want to sign up under this person. You're just like, man, this is the thing to do.
Right.
You sign up, and then once you're signed up, they move on to the next person, and you don't get that response or that support that you really need.
Right.
So Mike decided some 30 years ago that he was going to make sure that when people came into his group, that they had a full staff of people to help them to be successful. So I am one of those staff members. I've been with Mike since pretty much straight out of high school. So I've been with Mike, goodness, 28 years, 29 years, something like that. So a long time. And of course I worked my way up. I wasn't always at this capacity. I started off in the mail room. I started off doing maintenance call. Well, we call them maintenance calls, but basically, checking up on distributors, making sure they receive their orders, making sure if they have any questions. Then slowly it moved into other areas of support. And then eventually I became a consultant, where I was the one going to other countries to prospect and open 4Life, help them kind of get their foot in the door over there. I've been almost pretty much every state in the US I've been to. We've done meetings all over, East Coast, West Coast, North, South, you name it. And so throughout time, I have worked my way up, and now I'm one of the lead consultants. So that's who I am. Now, Mrs. Kate over here, obviously a little bit younger, so a little bit more hair. She's been with us for a while. I'll let her tell her story, but that's who I am. I've been doing this a long time, been with 4Life. I've been working as a consultant pretty much since day one with 4Life. Prior to that, we were with a few other companies in the past that I helped out with. So,
which that alone, being with 4Life since it started, in my opinion, is good enough reason for you to be a group expert.
Yeah, here. I know there's a lot of things that I don't realize is not common knowledge that I'll talk with people like Kate or some of the others. Yeah, and they're like, how do you know this? Where'd you find it? That's how we got into from cow or chicken to capsule. That's why we did that whole series, because I brought it up during a call, and after the call was over and we were leaving the office, Kate was like, how do you know that? Like, I had no clue. Where did that even come from? I'm like, I was at the convention when they described it and they explained it to everyone, and I'm committed it to memory. So
I mentioned part of that on the Tuesday night
I saw that
training.
I actually saw that.
Did I do good? Because I thought that I was explaining it like sounds so different than what Shayne explained.
It's like I came in just right about the time when you're like, and if I'm butchering this, Shayne, if you're watching, I'm sorry. Talk to him. Yeah. No, I thought it was pretty cool. I was like, oh, okay, she's using that information. So but I've been here, like I said, we started with 4Life in 4Life started in October of '98, and we were with them, I believe, by either November or December of '98. So we were literally there at the beginning, from the very beginning. And so I've seen it go from Transfer Factor to Transfer Factor Plus to then Transfer Factor Trifactor, and then they changed the original Transfer Factor to Transfer Factor Classic, and then Transfer Factor Plus became Transfer Factor Trifactor Plus. Then Transfer Trifactor was the in between, and then I've seen the birth of Rio Vita. I've seen the birth of the targeted products. I've seen the birth of the sprays, all the different forms that 4Life has put Transfer Factor in. I was there during all that.
That is so cool.
Yeah. So
I'm trying to remember the first product that I remember they came out with when I got involved. I almost want to say it could be Renuvo, but I don't honestly remember when Renuvo came out.
Renuvo came out, I don't remember if it was right before or right after the Pro TF, because it was part of the Transform series. When they introduced the Transform series, it was
before, because it had different packaging.
That's right. Yeah. But they brought it into the Transform series. The Transform series started, of course, with the Pro TF. That was the big hoopla there, and Burn. And now they have Man and Woman and some other things.
Yeah.
It's expanding. So 4Life is always evolving. That's what I love about this company. It is not the same. Like I said, I saw those products coming up, and now we're at a completely different point than we were to begin with. A lot of companies, they get a flagship product and they just milk that product till it's dry. I mean, that's their only product. They don't expound. They don't expound on the science. They don't do anything. They just, until there's nothing left, they just milk it dry.
Yeah.
And so with us, what we did, we're like, this is so revolutionary. There's got to be other pathways. There's got to be other things we can do. So 4Life has been developing products using that as our proprietary formula in them and creating a whole line of products. So it's amazing what it does. So Kate, we're trying to remember when she started. So I was giving you time to think.
Thank you. I actually might have lost my train of thought, but anyways, this should be easy because obviously I know my history,
Yeah.
I'm just letting you guys know why I'm qualified.
Yes.
So yes, I started out as a professional networker staff member. I still work as a staff member,
Yes.
but I am basically solely focused on DiamondsR4Life support.
Yeah.
I started out in the mailroom as well.
We all start there.
Yeah, everybody starts. That's entry level positions.
Yeah. Basically, it doesn't take, you know what you have to do, and you don't have to talk to people, you don't have to explain products. It's just.
And I never
needs to go
thought
out.
when starting in the mailroom that I would be doing what I'm doing today, because
Right.
I'm making websites for you guys,
Mhm.
graphic design, different booklets, flyers, marketing cards.
You're involved in
social
the
media.
development of some of the tools, not just putting them on
Right.
line, but you help develop many of them.
Yep, developing
lady.
systems.
Busy lady.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
That I'm shuffling. I think it's called a jack of all trades, master of none.
Yeah.
I am a jack of all trades, master of all. Thank you.
Wow.
Don't want to be too cocky.
Someone's about to fall on their face.
Watch it happen.
Yeah.
Right on the line.
Right.
But anyways, I think I'm very thankful that professional networkers values each person and their talents, because I think sometimes there's companies that can, kind of push off different generations.
Mhm.
I think it's very important to have difference in generations, because
Oh, absolutely.
you have
Yeah.
people who, like we have a lot of people who come in that want a specific type of tool because that is what has worked for them all these years.
Right.
And they have total experience in that area.
Mhm.
If it was just my generation, I don't think we would even think about doing postcard mailing.
Right. And it's still one of the most popular forms of
Exactly.
marketing, which is crazy to me.
Mhm.
And I'm kind of from that generation. I mean, we were kind of phasing out of it, but
Right.
But it blows my mind that with everything being so digital,
Right.
email and message boards and everything being algorithms and doing
Right.
this and that, that's still the most popular program that we use or tool we use is still our postcards.
Right.
And I'm like, and I'm not even talking about people your age.
Right.
They still, they go for that.
Yes.
Part of it has to do with cost effectiveness. I realize
Mhm.
that, but so many people are just like, oh yeah, let's do the postcard. And I'm like,
Yeah.
really? There's so
Right.
many other options, but
And I don't think
works.
that my generation would understand the value of postcards if the generations before us didn't have
Right.
the whole experience
Mhm.
from, doing the postcard systems to be able to pass down in a way their experience to us.
Right.
But also our generation can pass up experience with
Right.
social media.
Right.
I happen to be in the social media department. I'm the manager of the social media department at Professional Networkers. So I help other people with their social media, distributors with their social media.
Yep.
And we're working on social media training right now for DiamondsR4Life. So people don't have to get in contact with me personally or anybody on the social media team to
Right.
get training. They can train themselves. Because at DiamondsR4Life, we're trying to get everything that professional networkers and distributors from all around the world and the experience that we've had for over 10 years of Lauren being mentored by Mike,
Right.
and bring it into a place where you can be personally mentored by Mike in a way, indirectly,
Yeah.
because all of the tools and resources and training is all self-learning.
Right. Yeah. Automated.
Right.
We're looking for automation so that you can get involved and you will have the opportunity to be able to have all the support that we would give you one-on-one
Right.
at your fingertips.
Yes.
We're trying to, which is part of the reason these systems take some time, because
Yes.
we're trying to, what's a good way to put this? We're trying to streamline the way that's available, but not streamline
The
what
quality.
is available
Mhm.
and the quality of it. So we're trying to make it to where it's not so confusing, all these different avenues, but at the same time, not take away any of those avenues.
Oh yeah.
So it's very
always
tricky.
Evolving.
Yeah, it's
For
very
sure.
tricky. And so this is the lady in charge of all that. So
Yes,
thank
thank
you.
you. Lauren and I are very synergistic in the way that we
Yes.
work. We bounce off of each other so well.
Right.
Like a thought can enter either one of our minds and we just bounce it and bounce it and bounce it until it comes into a place to where we can actually start developing it. That's the beginning of anything that happens. And actually, even before that, we evaluate systems and figure out different gaps that are in there that we didn't realize before, how we can evolve them. We hear feedback from the field and how people are actually using it and use that feedback to evolve the systems as well.
Right.
So there's a lot that goes into the systems. And actually, one of the next questions was, why do you offer so many tools?
Right.
That's why. There's so many different generations of people. We have varied, a variety of people, a variety of needs.
And levels of experience that we have to deal with.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then also the training that goes along with each of those tools and resources is varied as well. So when you go through the portal and you feel like there might be something missing or you see a gap, always let us know, because if you feel like there's a gap there,
someone else does too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We like to live by the mentality that if there's if you are the way that you are, there's probably 1 million people out there that are the exact same as you.
Right. As much as we like to think we are so unique, there's always someone else out there feeling the same thing we are. So, but that's who Kate is. That's who I am. And that's why we have so many systems. These systems are there. Like she said, we've had in the last 2 years, year and a half, 2 years, we've had people from both sides of different generations who have wanted us to help them in making a customized system for their team. Am I right? I'm right, right? Okay. Make sure, if I'm wrong, tell me, because you're the one involved with it.
I can count it on my fingers and toes.
Right. And so one scale of that says, I want this social media system active. I want this automated system active. I want this and that. The other team is saying, okay, I want these flyers designed. I want these mailers designed. I want this design, but I want it to tie them into a website or a sizzle call or a answering machine where they can leave their information. So she's had to deal with that difficult line of, okay, how much is too much on either side?
Right.
And where's the right balance? Because there is a point where, just as I said, those two meet. Even the guys who are saying, I want the tried and true, old school, tangible, give me a flyer, give me this or that. They're wanting to tie it into an automated system.
Yes.
On the other side of things, you have the people who say, I don't want anything tangible. That costs too much. I want everything digital, but I want this digital thing to point them to the system.
Right.
So the reason there's so many tools like we're saying now is that you find those examples.
Yes.
Our group is riddled with those kind of examples. We could go through and just start naming. I mean, we're not going to name names, but we know teams and different people that we could just say, yeah, this person wanted this style. This person wanted this style. This one wanted custom website. This one wanted this or that. We're trying to get to where we don't have so much of that going on, because everything we offer is customizable for each person anyway.
Right.
So you don't have to spend all of your days on this team just to finish that and go to the next team. If you can make the systems available where all the teams can do it themselves, that frees you up. And it makes it easier for everybody, because then no one's waiting.
Right.
Because honestly, she's one person, and she's now, honestly, she doesn't do all of it, but she's the one that has to take every work order and say, okay, delegate and say, you need to do this, you need this, but keep me updated because I need to know where this team's at. And that. So when we can make all these systems automated and make them all customizable, then people can come in and do it themselves, and it frees us up.
Yes.
Because
when you're making your own stuff, the issue that you have the potential to run into is finding yourself not in compliance with 4Life's policies and procedures.
That is dangerous waters to get into. And the problem is, so many times people don't realize they're not in compliance. They think they're fine. And we've had people say, well, I had a web server create me a website. I want to tie it into your website. We get ready to do it, and all of a sudden 4Life sends them a thing saying, you can't state this. You have to shut this down because you're stating this and that.
Right.
We do things in compliance with what they want, so that when you use our systems and you use the mirror sites or you use the pages as they're created, you're going to be fine.
And we have a lot of experience with 4Life's legal department. At one point, Catherine and us were, very, very good friends.
Right.
We appreciate Catherine's work and her department's work, because if 4Life Legal is staying on top of their game, then our businesses will be secure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's it can be a hassle, but it's a hassle for a good point and a good reason, because if they're not doing their job, then it jeopardizes your business, your downline's business, your upline's business. It jeopardizes us all to where this may not be a source of income for anybody.
Right.
If the company gets shut down because we're not in compliance, everybody suffers.
Exactly.
So,
okay. So I have a question.
All right.
If someone was a prospect, whoa, I could not read. If someone was prospecting a health and wellness coach, what tool would you send them? So I have it's a two-parter. So that one's probably for me.
Right.
And then the second one's for you.
Right.
So what tool would I send them? I would send a health and wellness coach the Total Health for Life website.
Right.
Because it's replicated. So it has my information on it. It talks about all of the products. I believe it has all the product lines on there. If it doesn't, it does talk about the product lines as a whole, has more of a generalized focus on 4Life's products than the Immune Superpower prospecting system. But I would pick something from the Total Health for Life prospecting system.
Yeah,
if it was a
I
health
agree
and
with
wellness
that.
coach. Yeah.
Yeah, I concur.
Okay. So the second part of that is, what 3 points would you make sure to touch on when you're prospecting a health and wellness coach, Shayne?
Oh boy. Okay. So health and wellness coach, you're dealing with someone that's in a very specific job description, very specific goals. Okay. Health and wellness coach is someone who is going to work with people to reach their optimum health, whether that be weight loss, whether that be fitness, whether that just be, dealing with allergies, whether that be dealing with just getting your health, just a healthy person. Okay.
Right.
A health and wellness coach hits all of those things. You can, of course you get personalized trainers for this or for that, but a general health and wellness coach is someone who their goal is to look at what you're doing and to bring that into a healthy balance.
Right.
Okay. So the 3 tools I would use, first off, is there's a tool that you had talked about on the website where a person can type in challenges they're having or health challenges. That's one of the things I would refer the coach to. I would say you've got, clients who you're going to be talking to. Some are going to be diabetic, pre-diabetic. Some are going to be dealing with Crohn's, autoimmune disease. Some of them are going to be dealing with immunodeficiencies. You've got all these things. This is a great resource for you to help you in doing your job more efficiently with our products. So I would turn them onto that first, so that they can turn and take, either they can send their clients or themselves. If they want to sign up as a distributor, then they would get their own portal. They would have their own place that they could send distributors, and then it filters through. Correct. All right. So that would be the first tool. Yes, product protocol. Thank you. See, that's why she's here. Okay. So that would be probably the first step. Okay, because that's a tool that they're going to find indispensable. They're going to use that again and again and again with their clients. The next thing I would do is I would get them on the product calls. The product calls we do are very informative. They tell you more about the products, more the way the products work, all these things. Outside of that, I've spoken with these types of people before, and you really want to ask them a lot of questions to find out exactly what they're expecting from the company.
Right.
Because you can assume that they want this or that or this or that, but you need to find out exactly what it is that they're expecting or what they're wanting. And then you can gear everything towards that particular need. As we've talked about before in all of our prospecting calls, it always comes down to listening to your prospect, listening to what they're asking, don't just hear them. Listen to what they're saying, because they'll tell you what they want if you're listening. Yes. And there is a difference between hearing someone and listening to someone. Yes. So ask any married couple anyway. Okay. So hopefully those answer your question. So I have some. These are a little bit on the lighter side.
All right.
So let's lighten it up for a second. We had a user by the name of Sheila who asked, this is for you, Caitlin.
Okay.
What 4Life products do you use for your skin? It looks amazing.
Well, thank you, Sheila. Is it Sheila?
Sheila, yes.
Thank you, Sheila. That is very nice.
I'm interested in this too.
Right.
I'm a dude, but you know.
Yeah, you gotta take care of your skin. Everybody has skin.
Yeah, and it's the biggest organ on your body. Yeah. So it's like, hey.
Okay, so first of all, collagen. Everybody knows the importance of collagen.
And see, I'm not as familiar with the new collagen product. I'll be completely honest.
Yeah.
I know what it does. I know what collagen does. I know how it works. I know how it helps with, you know, the skin in general, but there's so people automatically think of it for the skin.
Yes.
Okay. Because you do have collagen in your skin. It's part of what helps with this elasticity and it protects against damage and things. But collagen does way more than just the skin.
So much.
Now people are using it in proteins and everything.
Holds your body together.
See, there you go. So you start off with collagen. Okay, so that's great.
Okay, so we're going to talk about internal products and external products
because they work in concert.
Yes.
With one another to create this glow. That
is right. Glow for days.
Yeah.
So
especially on the screen, you are like glow.
We do. I know. Yeah, that's highlighter. So collagen, I take the trifactor. I assume that the trifactor, since it deals with, you know, bacteria and your skin can have bacteria.
It affects
right.
The transfer factor and the trifactor is essentially, and I'm going to let you answer this, but I'm just missing my plug here. One of the things we've learned in all the years working with them is that the immune system is tied to every system in your body, including the system that affects the collagen production, the hyaluronic acid in your system, all of the things that protect every organ in your body, including your skin. So because transfer factor or the immune system affects every system in the body, we know that by giving it the best possible support, then all those systems work at their fullest potential.
Right.
So yes, absolutely. Taking the trifactor. And we know also that trifactor, any transfer factors work synergistically with other nutrients.
Right.
So whatever you're taking, you take the transfer factor with it, boom, it's going to work better.
That's true.
So
yes. So and I also believe that the trifactor, because it is an immune system product, that your immune system is involved in so many aspects of healing as well.
Yes.
So if you end up getting a blemish and you pick it like you're not supposed to,
but everyone does,
but everybody does, then I believe that the trifactor can help with that process, supporting that process. I also use the renewal gel when I do have.
I was just going to say that.
Yes, when
renewal
I do
gel
have
is amazing.
Sort of, like blemish or anything like that, or an open wound of any kind. I use the renewal gel on it. I have been enjoying the spa body butter. It is.
See, as a dude, that sounds weird.
Super thick, like. I don't even know how to explain. It's like super, it's like one of those lotions that the moment that you put it on your finger and it's like literally just sitting on top of your finger, you're like, this is going to be so moisturizing. Like, I can just tell. And
so it like stays a clump. It doesn't like, it's not like runny at all.
It's not liquidy. Yeah. It's like thick.
So it literally is like butter.
Yes.
See, for that, that's so foreign to me. I don't,
Yep.
I get made fun of because I'm that dude. I'm like, I'm a man's man. I don't need lotion, but yet in the wintertime, my hands get dry and they crack and I get chapped.
There's nothing manly about that.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, maybe I just need to give in.
Might just be a reason to, not, but whatever. Anyways.
Body butter. That's the answer.
I also have used the spa body scrub. It smells so good. I don't even know how to explain the smell of it, but it smells so good.
I'm gonna have to check these products out.
It works really good as well. Okay. So then also the aqua products, I don't use all of the aqua products.
Right. There's a lot of them.
There's like 4
Isn't it a
steps
system?
Yeah, it's
It's
a
a
system.
system,
So there's
yeah.
like 4 or 5 steps.
Mhm.
And then there's 2 ritual steps that you're supposed to add in like every so often.
Wow.
So I've used the face wash. That works really well. It doesn't leave your skin feeling like when you finish washing your face and then your face feels super tight. It doesn't make it feel like that.
Nice.
The Rain Burst moisturizer, that is also a really good moisturizer, and a face mist. I've used all of those. I've also used the face mask. Oh yeah, that's a good one. You take that off and you just rub all that stuff all over your face after. It feels so nice.
Is it an actual like a
It's
mask, like one of those paper
a
masks?
sheet mask? Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. It feels so good.
Those things freak me out.
Yeah.
They're kind of scary.
So that's the routine, more like when I'm feeling self-care
Pampering.
to
You want
myself.
to pamper yourself a
Yeah.
little bit.
I got a couple things.
Okay.
The hookup.
All right,
yeah.
good. Well, there you go, Sheila.
Yep. What do you
Straight
do
from
to
the
get your
horse's mouth.
shining head? No, I'm kidding.
I shave it. That's all I do. Okay, so I'll take one of these softball questions.
Okay.
Marcus Johns wrote, and he said, "What 4Life products do you use to support your workouts and exercise program?" We've mentioned it a couple times on here that that I'm a gym rat. I'm at the gym all the time. When I'm not working, I'm at the gym. So I go at like 5 in the morning. But I'll tell you what, the one thing that I use on a daily is the Pro TF. I use the Pro TF. I take 2 protein shakes a day in my meal plan, and both of those protein shakes have a scoop of Transfer Factor Plus in them, along with other things just to make it tasty. I usually freeze my bananas.
Mhm.
So I do frozen banana, some frozen strawberries, water, and my Pro TF, and then I'll get another over-the-counter scoop of protein, because Pro TF again makes those proteins work better.
Right.
And then I get more protein in my shake, and I make me like, it comes out looking like a thick smoothie, almost like a shake.
Mhm.
So I use that. I also use Renuvo a lot, because Renuvo helps with inflammation. And anyone that knows working out or any of that, when you really are pushing yourself hard, you're tearing muscles down, you release a lot of lactic acid and things into your muscles. You get a lot of soreness, a lot of stiffness a lot of times, which is normal. That's part of the process.
Right.
But the Renuvo, I've noticed when I use it, that it's a lot less uncomfortable.
Right.
And it does seem to help with the repair to where it feels it's a lot smoother transition, if you will.
It does increase detoxification.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, which again, you're releasing toxins as those muscle fibers, those protein fibers are tearing.
Right.
So I do those 2 things. I also daily use Transfer Factor Plus. That I've been doing that since we've been with 4Life. And then let's see what other ones. I still use Male Pro, which is one of our targeted products. Originally, way back in the day, 4Life had one called Male Formula, which had, and this was before they made it to where it had to be prescribed. That's why it's no longer around. Had DHEA, Tribulus terrestris, and Chrysin. And those 3 made muscle gains and stuff like that incredible. So I do all those, and then I'm working out.
Burn?
I have not used the Burn recently.
Mhm.
It'd probably be a good product to try right now, because I'm actually going into a leaning program.
Right.
So it would help with that.
Yeah,
So
that's a good point, because it
yeah.
has that African mango extract, and that's supposed to help with appetite suppression.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, all of the products, basically the products in the Transform line, I'm not taking the Transform Man or anything right now, but pretty much all of those in there would
Right.
work well with any type of an exercise program or routine, along with your diet. One thing I'm real big about is nutrition is usually the top of the pyramid. Working out's actually towards the bottom of the pyramid, but it's all about nutrition. It's about your rest and recovery. It's about your water intake, your sleep, and then your working out. So out of the pyramid of 5, if you will, working out, even though everyone thinks, oh, I'm going to be a beast in the gym and that's going to do it, that typically will not get you to what you have in your head as being
Right.
fit. It's still great for you. Having muscle mass underneath is great for you. It helps you in a lot of different ways. But most people have this idea of what they want when they go into the gym. And I can guarantee you most people's idea of that is not going to be accomplished just by being in the gym 4 hours a day.
Right.
It's not going to happen. It's going to start at the table.
Yeah.
And so the table and supplementation, having the right nutrients and supplements in you, that's going to be your best bet.
Absolutely.
So,
I like that.
but yeah, thanks for that question. So,
I have one.
okay.
Do you have, which goes along with what you're talking about?
Mhm.
Do you have any materials specific to athletes for promoting my business?
Ooh,
We do.
I was going to say we do.
Mhm.
I have not been as active in, I won't say promoting it to athletes, because I talk to a lot of people at the gym and I've got several people using products now. But I haven't been as involved in that side of using those tools. But I know that they put a lot of time and effort into developing them. But those are, for me, those are still fairly new tools.
Yes.
I'm the old school. So to me, I'm
Well,
still
and
like,
you have experience you can fall back
yeah,
on.
yeah. And a lot of times, quite honestly, and I'm not tooting my own horn, but when I'm in the gym and people see me in the gym in a tank top and I'm pushing the weight, that's the sales pitch. I don't have
Right.
to say a word. People come to me and ask me, what are you doing? What are you taking? What are
Which
some
we
things?
talked about last training.
Mhm.
I think we talked about how different prospecting requires different strategies.
Right.
And that was part of it. But anyways.
Yeah. Yeah. And I've got tank tops that say professional networkers on them and stuff like that too. So I need to get some transfer factor ones, but
Yeah.
last
No
time,
molecule
yeah.
with arms.
Yeah. Bicep line.
But we do have materials that are specific to athletes.
Yes.
Like I mentioned earlier, Shayne doesn't have to use materials when he's at the gym because he has experience to fall back on. Usually with materials, you're using them mostly because
To supplement.
Right, the experience or
See what I did there?
knowledge. Yeah. I actually
Supplement.
didn't get that at first.
It supplements your knowledge.
It went over my head.
I was like,
Like, get it?
She did it. She got it, guys.
So it's the athletes and fitness edition of the Immune Superpower booklet.
Oh, cool.
We
I'll
also
have to get a copy of that and keep it on me.
Yeah,
just
that's a good
because,
idea.
Yeah.
And
Keep
we
it in my
also
gym bag with everything else. So.
right, yeah. We also have marketing cards. They're not specific to athletes, but technically the information is because we have all of the products on the Transform line
Oh, wow. Okay.
as marketing cards.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
There you go.
Wow.
You can buy them in bulk or just download the thing for free, or you can just send them a link to the marketing card and they can
Cool.
view it from there.
Check that out.
You're welcome.
Well, yeah. She's like, and you're welcome.
Okay,
All
do you
right.
have any other questions?
This one is for you, but this one's should be pretty easy. I think I know the answer to this, but they put it to you. This is from at Success is Yours Forever.
Ooh.
EVA.
EVA.
Okay, Eva. It says, Caitlin, how can I find the videos that explain why 4Life is the best opportunity? Now,
So
I know you can find them we've got them on YouTube.
right.
And surely that's not why they're asking, because every video is on YouTube.
Right.
So where would you send someone, not YouTube, that's more specific that will get them there?
So I would suggest there's two different sides to this.
Don't say YouTube.
Prospect.
She's like, I would suggest YouTube.
If it's for a prospect to learn, and then if it's for a team member to learn.
Ah, yeah. Gotcha.
So as far as a prospect learning, I'm pretty positive that our prospecting system websites have the answers to that.
Okay.
In a video.
Gotcha.
We have them it featured on the web page.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's
So
on the website.
it's like a Q&A video.
Yeah.
I mean,
So like
or the video will be like an answer to a Q&A type of a thing.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So the Go from Employee to Entrepreneur system and the, what's the other one? It's late here, guys. I am sorry. We
know that you can find them through our prospect portal.
Yes. So
Okay, that's the thing I think they're probably wanting to know is
in the
where to find it.
My DiamondsR4Life portal, we have a lot of prospecting systems. We have them broken up into product, and opportunities. So click on the opportunity ones and just look through all of those prospecting systems and find one that answers that question for your prospect. As far as a
Team leader.
team leader helping their team member learn,
Mhm.
then it would be through the Roadmap to Your Success courses.
Ah,
So we
There you go.
have online from the DiamondsR4Life University, Roadmap to Your Success courses. We also have an offline booklet if they would like to have, something to hold in front of them.
right.
If they would like to not sign up to be in the university, they can use the offline booklet on their device and just flip through the
Right.
pages. But yeah, that explains why.
Okay, perfect. So there you go. So thank you. At Success
Is forever.
is forever. I
Is
think.
that what it was?
Something like that. Success is yours.
Yours.
Success is yours forever.
Forever.
Thank you so much for that.
That's a good question.
So yeah, wow, this went longer than I expected.
Yeah, it did.
So I think that's going to wrap it up. We'll probably do some of these again down the road because we do have a
Submit
lot of questions.
Yeah.
So keep submitting your questions, please. You can submit them either in the chat here. You can go to DiamondsR4Life and message us, which is where I think the majority of these probably came from tonight. Because some of these I don't recall seeing them on any of my lives. Anyway, they
We
may have
have
been on your
live
lives.
chats that you can chat to us
Yes.
on. We have, you can message the admins of the group
Mm-hmm.
personally. I wouldn't suggest that because
They can get lost easily.
it can get lost really easily. We have people monitoring live chats.
Right.
So, and we
So,
have a
but keep 'em
feedback
coming.
area in the
Yeah.
My DiamondsR4Life portal at the very bottom. So,
But we also have all other social media platforms as well. Some of these could have come from there.
mhm.
We have IG and all these other.
Yeah.
stuff. That's Instagram.
Ooh,
Oh,
look at you. Wow. We're
Whoa.
friends.
All right. So anyway, so thanks everyone for tuning in. I hope it was fun and informative and you learned something. If not, at least you got to hear a little bit of what other people are thinking out there in the field. So once again, Frankie Shayne, Katie Lane, and we are out.